And we're live. Just give it a quick couple of minutes to let people join in. Hello guys, how are we doing? Hope we're all well. Just real quick, we'll just do an obligatory mic and video check. Can you see me? And can you hear me? Let me know real quick in the comments. Just give it a couple of minutes, let people join in. Craig says, all good, matey. Good stuff. Are you coming out? Yes, I can, says John. Good stuff. Good to hear. How are we anyway, guys? How are we? Are we good? It's been a good sort of, I think about 2 months now. I used to do one of these every month, but I've been up to a lot over the past few months, and I'm going to kind of share what I've been up to, and I'm going to discuss what the big announcement is as well. So yeah, I'm just going to give it, a good few minutes just to let everyone join in. It usually does take a little bit of time for the notifications to go out, and then once we have a few more of you guys in here, I will get into what we're talking about today. Greg says loud and clear. How you doing, Greg? You okay? John says, how are you? I'm very good, John. Thank you. How are you? Guys, if you have not already done so, do me a massive favor. Hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button. It really does help me out. It helps to push this live stream to a broader audience. So if you have just joined, just a quick favor. It doesn't cost anything. It's completely free. Hit the like button. That's the only thing I ask you to do. Carmel says, hi, Georgie. It's George. But no, how you doing? Samir, hi, how you doing? Samir, I'm good, thanks. How are you? Commentary, we should have won today. Yes, I agree. We should have won today. Greg says, all good, thanks yourself. Greg, I'm very good, and I'm glad to hear that you're well too. Just had to put the fan on because it's pretty hot in here. Let me know if you can hear the fan noise over the mic or not. Good man, in the middle of making dinner. Oh, have I picked a bad time to go live? I mean, I've actually just ate my dinner myself. That's why, I was going to go live at 6, but I thought most people will be eating at that time, so I thought 7. All good, mate. I'd done one front shock on my E90 M Sport today and struggled with compressing the springs. Crazy strong. I'm guessing you had a spring compressor there, right? Which support are you in football? I support Coventry City. They're a local team to me. But yeah, guys, if you have just joined, like I said, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. It is greatly appreciated. Really does help me out. That's it. Like I said, that's the only thing I asked you to do today. I'm just going to give it another minute, then we will get into the discussion of today. Like I said, I have a pretty big announcement that I can't wait to share with you guys. So yeah, we'll just give it another minute or so. And yeah, like I said, in the meantime, hit the like button. And if you have any questions you want to fire away, don't be shy. Just, fire away in the comments in the live chat. I support Coventry City. Good stuff, Carmel. We did have a couple of comments from the original Wallace. Hi, Georgia Videos. I've been a massive help with my recently acquired E91 pre-LCI by 6 months, 320D Touring. It was cheap, £1,600, but not without its problems. Yeah, I bet. Turbo replaced, inlet manifold and inlet ports, etc. cleaned. It was still lacking power after all. That turned out to be the lever for the flap on the EGR cooler was seized. Interesting. Freed it up now and goes like a train. Have you ever seen that seized up? Me personally, no. I removed the EGR and the EGR cooler off of my N47, so yeah, I didn't have any issues with it. I ended up having to use 4 spring compressors on it. Wow, that's crazy. Hey, baby, ooh, I wanna know how you tough or low. Yeah, congrats on making the playoffs, Blue Terrier. I have to say, I don't think you're going to win, but I'm sure you'll come back to this live stream if you do win the playoffs and shove it in my face. But no, fair play on making the playoffs. Commentary, we should have won 3-0. I think O'Hare will go Tottenham. Yeah, I don't know. And by the way, we're not. I don't mind the questions, but we're not really here to talk football today. Like I said, I do have a pretty big announcement, and I have given it 5 minutes or so. So essentially, everyone that wants to join should have already joined. So we have 19, 20 of you in here. Just do us a quick favor, if you have not already done so, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. Let's see how many we are on. We are on. We should have at least 20 likes. And we have 15 likes. Who has not hit the like button? Shame on you. Cheers, George. And I will certainly come back to it if we do. Yeah, fair play. Okay, so basically then, my big announcement and something that has, there's been a couple of big changes in my life. One of which you'll probably know that I am now engaged. If you saw the video, I've made a few videos of our time in Canada. Of course, I am back now. Still a few more of those videos to come out, but I did make one kind of around the engagement. I thought it was a nice thing to make, a nice thing to have saved as a memory, and a nice thing to look back at for many years to come. But yeah, I am now engaged. So that is one announcement, but that's not the thing I'm talking about. The second thing that I'm talking about is that we are actually buying a house. So I don't know when it was, but I did kind of touch on it that I was planning on buying a house at sometime this year. But yeah, we have actually found a house now, and we are in the process of finalizing things. We're quite sort of far into the process, and we're looking at moving in some point next month. So yeah, things are looking good. I'm very excited, but we are very busy, and it's a very stressful time, as I'm sure you can imagine. But that's enough about me. What does that mean for the channel? What does that mean for you guys watching the videos? Well, it means that things can really go to the next level. So I've kind of said it for a while now, but for me to take things to the next level, I really needed my own space. I needed a garage. I needed, more space for more cars. And yeah, with this house that we are buying, it offers all of that. So yeah, I am looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm looking forward to stepping up the videos a good notch. And I think it will take my channel to the next level. And I guess kind of for the past couple of months, my videos have been a little bit all over the place. I'm not going to lie. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. I think for the best part of like 2 years, I was uploading every other day. And then I sort of had about a week of not uploading. And then it was like every 3 days. And it was, it's been sort of all over the place. I did plan on releasing videos while I was in Canada. I only managed to get like 2 that went up because I was just been so busy. But yeah, I'm still busy at the moment, but I am obviously back on track with the uploads every other day. And yeah, looking forward to things going forward. Just going to run through a couple of comments. Is the missus joining the live? No, she's not, unfortunately. Mark Wells, how you doing? George, have you seen Matt? I have not today, no. Lungani Brian Fangu, congratulations on your engagement, mate. Wishes from Zimbabwe. Thank you, mate. That is greatly appreciated. Craig says, congrats, mate. Thank you. Bielsa says, congratulations. Thank you very much. George, where have you been living before house purchase? In my parents' house. This is my parents' house. Yeah, we've been saving now for like the past, over 4 years. So, yeah, I've been pretty lucky to still being living at home during that time. Leeds United, Coventry City. Yeah, you're probably about right there, to be honest. But yeah, what do you think, guys? Are you excited for a new adventure, a new, beginning? Are you excited for, bigger and better content? I don't really want to go into too many specifics in terms of what I have planned for the new house. But yeah, let's just say I think it is going to take things to the next level. It's going to make me so much more efficient. It's going to mean that I'm going to be able to do bigger and better projects. And yeah, I just cannot wait to get started with it all, to be honest. Kind of where I'm at the moment, in terms of an update with the projects on the channel. So the Bmw 130i, I actually have a video coming on that on Monday, I believe. So do stay tuned with that. It's a big video, actually. I think you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, in terms of where I'm at with that, I'm sort of holding off. I do have a lot of plans for the car. I've mentioned it before. I do want to pretty much restore it from the ground up. I plan on doing like a full underbody restoration, and then we'll get a full respray, and then I want to do kind of an LCI retrofit, an LCI dash retrofit, an iDrive retrofit, and like I have so much planned for the car. Yeah, I want to make that car like a very, very special car, the Bmw 130i. But yeah, I'm kind of holding off with that at the moment. That is a very long-term thing. Don't plan on ever selling that car. And yeah, I need to get other things done before I move on to that. Now, when it comes to the Bmw 760 Ally, some of you may have seen the videos on it. Some of you maybe have not. I'm going to be completely honest. It's probably not the most popular car on the channel. I don't know why, guys. If you do or you don't like watching the videos on the Bmw 760 Ally, let me know. Just be completely honest. I am all ears when it comes to hearing feedback. But yeah, we still have not finished it. We are, I'd say, not quite on the home straight, but we're definitely more than halfway done. Obviously, I've done the full LCI conversion. I have a couple bits to do on the interior, and there's still a good few mechanical jobs. Still need to refresh the top end of the engine, and yeah, still quite a bit more to do with that. But I am pleased to announce, and some of you guys may be pleased to hear, that I am actually starting work on the Mini Cooper S again. So I should be starting that at some point next week. So I think what I'll do is start stripping everything down and get the engine removed. It's, obviously start stripping the engine down, find out what the issue is with it, and then see where we go from there. I'm thinking at the moment, though, I do want to do a full engine rebuild. I don't want to just buy a replacement engine that's not, it's not really what I'm about. You could say it's the easy route, but I like to do things properly. and yeah, it's going to make better content if I was to do a full engine rebuild. Let me know as well, are you interested in seeing a full engine rebuild on the channel? It's obviously something that I haven't done previously, but it's something that I'm looking forward to, and looking forward to the challenge. Again, I'm just going to real quick go through the comments just so I don't get too far behind. John says, congratulations, man. John, thank you. You're a legend. SCH Garage, BMW, good morning. Can't wait to see the new garage. Says Bielsa. Yeah, me too. I have no idea how it's going to be yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting started with things. When you get the new house, you do a one-off top. I don't think so. I don't think that, to be honest, Rusty. You need an E30 on the channel, says John. Yes, I completely agree. I've said it a few times now. I'd love to work on something classic, but it's so difficult because not only are they mega expensive, but to find one that's absolutely not a rust bucket, it's very, very difficult. So yeah, it's kind of a hard one, isn't it? Nicely done, mate. You'll be able to do some home DIY videos too. To be honest, I'm not really a DIY. I know it sounds a bit strange to hear because obviously I work on my own cars and all the rest of it, but yeah, I'm not really a fan of doing home improvements. If I'm honest, I'll stick to my cars, I think. Jordan, how you doing, mate? You all right? Knowing you personally, I can honestly say that you have worked hard to get to where you're at. A massive congratulations again on the house and engagement. Jordan, what a legend. Thank you very much. Strangely enough, I don't get asked for topless. No, I don't imagine so. I wish I'd bought the E30 325i Sport last year that I did a video on. That was a big mistake. I agree. E30s make great content. Yeah, I'd love to do one, but you're talking like for a 325i, you're talking at least sort of, I don't know, what, 6 grand, 6 grand, something like that. And that's going to be a pretty ropey one. And yeah, just where I'm at, I don't have that kind of cash. I know you guys are probably expecting me to be able to just buy, M3s, M5s, whatever, like rare classic cars, but I'm just not in that position at the moment. That time will come, I'm sure it will. But I've got to be a little bit patient and not just get way over my head. Leave me your email. I'll take some pictures and videos of the E30 I got. John, if you want my email, I'll actually just leave it in the comment section now. It's georgeostersbusiness@gmail.com. There you are. That's my email address. The one I had on the channel last year was 13k. Mint ones are 30 to 40k. Exactly that. I can't. Not only can I not justify it, I don't have that cash. I can't just spend, £10,000 on a project and then have, and then another £10,000 on parts. You've got to be realistic. I don't know what other YouTubers are doing. I have a feeling that some people are going massively into debt to try and fund some of these projects because, yeah, it's just not feasible. When you're, unless, let's don't get me wrong. If I was making like £10,000 a month, yeah, I could go out and buy an E30, but I'm not at that level yet, am I? So, yeah, you just got to be realistic. The Bmw 760 Li, a bit disappointing, to be honest. I thought there'd be more people that want to see it, but I was just going to say that's probably been my biggest project to date. I've spent so much on that car. Like we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds just in parts, let alone the man hours. But yeah, it just goes to show, like, if you want to do things right, you need to put the money into it. Like I said, if I was to buy an E30, I would want to restore it and get everything looking right, and you need thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, and I don't have the financial backing for something like that. Obviously, different, but other people have help from sponsors, other people have people supporting them on Patreon and things like that, but I just don't have that backing. I mean, I have, like, I think about 3 people on Patreon. Some people have like thousands. So it's, obviously if you can sort of guarantee that you're going to get the money back that you invest into a car, then it's a no-brainer. But you can't just buy a car and then spend thousands of pounds on it and then end up broke, because it's not going to work well in the long run. It's, YouTube, my channel, is not going to be something that's sustainable. So yeah, just my thoughts on it at the moment. Jedi Knight asks a good question. I've seen a 130i with 80,000 miles, full service history for 7.5k. Do you think it's too much? Definitely not, Jedi Knight. How much did I paid, I think, for my 130i, like, I think it's 3,300, I want to say. But that was on about 127,000 miles, and that was 2 years ago, pretty much exactly 2 years ago. And I think that car is worth, I mean, aside from all the stuff that I've done, I'd say it's got to be worth at least $5,000. With the stuff that I've done, probably talking, $6,000 or so. But yeah, the Bmw 130i, it was a rare car when it came out, so they're only going to go up in value. That's why I plan on keeping it anyway, just because because it's a cool car, and I just don't think they're going to make another car like that, especially now. But yeah, they're only going to go up in value. They're at the bottom right now. If you see one with 80k for 7.5k, that's about right, to be fair. It's you're not really going to get much cheaper than that with much lower mileage. Need to get rid of that Mini and buy a 335D or something, lad. Well, the Mini is, I mean, like with most of my cars, I don't plan on keeping them long term. Obviously, I plan on fixing what's wrong with them. Obviously, with the Mini, we're doing a full engine rebuild. But once it's done, I probably will move it on. I'll probably, drive it for a couple of months, enjoy it, see what it's about, and then I will move on and then move on to another project. But yeah, definitely a 335D. I do plan on doing one of those sometime in the next 12 months. So if that does sound like something you're interested in, do let me know. Just quickly, guys, for you that are in here, I know there's only 18 of you in here right now. And if you have not already done so, hit the like button. Greatly appreciated. So for those of you that are in here right now, just one comment in the live chat. Do you prefer watching petrol or diesel? Just comment right now, petrol or diesel. What do you prefer watching videos? What do you prefer watching videos on? Petrol or diesel cars? All talk, prices have gone mental. I agree. That's a challenge, trying to make content when older stuff has gone up so much. It's chicken and the egg. Your content is awesome as it is. Appreciate that, all talk. Like I said, we are trying to take things to the next level over the next few months. Bryce, loving the content on the 7. You've risen to a massive challenge and it looks great. Bryce, I appreciate that very much. Like I said, it's definitely not my most popular car, but I know there is quite a few people that are interested in it. So yeah, I just appreciate everyone that has been watching those videos. Oh, what a legend. All talk. He has sent us a super chat. He asks also, which older BMW models would you fancy having on the channel within a realistic budget, such as E34, E32, E36, E38, E39, etc., and a fiver for a pint. All talk, what a legend. Thank you very much. I'm sure I will get a beer of some description with that. You're a legend. Thanks, mate. That's an interesting. It's really weird because I would be interested in doing anything, anything old school. I would love to do. I guess the cars that I would be less inclined to do would be something like an E36, E46. I feel like that's done too much to death, almost, and um, they're rust buckets at the end of the day. But I'd really love to do like an E34, an E31, an E38, or I'd even be down for doing an E39. I've never owned an E39. Like maybe a 540i. I think that'd be pretty cool. They sound unreal as well. Honestly, any old school BMW, I'd be up for doing. E30. I'd quite like to do something. Well, I say very old. Some of you are probably going to think, oh, that's not that old, but like a 2002 or a 1602, 1600. I'd quite like to do one of those as well, with the M10 engine, I believe. That's like such a basic engine, but I'd just love to get involved with that. No, stick to the amazing 10, 15-year-old stuff. So cheap to buy and so good to drive when it's not broken. Yeah, that's very true, Andrew. It does seem to be the sweet spot, doesn't it, for BMWs? Like 10 to 15 years old is usually when BMWs are at their lowest point. Sort of once they get up over 15 years old, or say over 20 years old, they do start to creep back up in value. Like I think my 760 Li, that's probably, I mean, prices have inflated over the past couple of years anyway, but it's probably, I'd say it's actually probably on the way up now, and that's only 19 years old. Yeah, 19 years old. So yeah, I'd say it's starting to creep up now. But yeah, when BMW 15 years old, you are gonna generally get it at its best price. Where was we? Cheers, George. No worries, Jedi Knight. What do you think of an E65 25D with 250k first car? Okay. Game over. Asked that. So I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't really understand the 25D engine. Like for me, I think if you prioritize economy, you just go for the 20D. If you want, a little bit more power, you go for the 30D. If you want out and out power and you want to tune it, you go for the 35D. I really don't get why there is a 25D. I mean, I know now, like, I think the 25D is kind of taken over the 23D. So nowadays, the 25D is still a 2-liter diesel, I believe. But yeah, I don't get the old 25D. I'm pretty sure, like I think the pre-LCI 525D was only 177 horsepower, which was only the same horsepower as the LCI 20D. And I think the LCI 25D is only like 197 horsepower. So I don't really get it. Like it's not much more power than the 20D, but you're probably using a lot more fuel and you've got higher associated costs with it. So I really don't get it. Me personally, I would go for a 530D. I wouldn't bother with a 25D. And with 250, is that 250,000 kilometers? If it is, that's fine. 250,000 miles though, it's a little bit, you got to be careful. You're going to have to spend quite a bit of money on it if it hasn't had any, major works done to it. But I did ask if you guys prefer watching diesel or petrol, and let's see where we're at. So diesel, either. Looks like diesel's winning so far. Diesel, because I've got a 320D, not bothered. I don't mind either. Diesel, because I have an M57 E60 LCI X5. However, this is my first diesel, and I love petrol vehicles, so I would watch either. E90 320D, just my first BMW last month, and I can't stop looking at it. It's just so damn pretty. M Sport Business, diesel and petrol. Okay, so it's a good mix, but I would say on the whole, you guys seem to prefer diesels, and to be honest, I get why. My channel was, definitely built up from the N47 engine. I think that's what like I said, where a lot of my viewers have came from. But yeah, interesting. I think I need to do more diesel projects then, I'm guessing. If you guys had to suggest a project for the not immediate future but for the near future, what would you guys have to suggest? Can be still a petrol, but like I said, a lot of you guys said a diesel. So what would you suggest that I was to do? I still actually plan on doing the challenge, or not the challenge, the series later this year, where I flip cars and trade up. So I think it'll more than likely be once I get the Mini Cooper S sold. So once it's finished, once it's gone, I think I'll more than likely start the series then. I'll probably buy like, I don't know, a £500 car, repair it, sell it for £1,000, buy £1,000 car, repair it, sell it for a £1,500 car, and just keep going and going and going like that, and see where we end up. See if one day we can buy an M5 or a Ferrari. Who knows? But yeah, for those of you guys that didn't know, I planned on doing that series at some point this year. What do you think about it? How do you feel about that concept for a series? Hey, I got a BMW 335i E92 2010. So I downloaded some songs, and they say unknown artist and unknown album. The folder I placed, it doesn't load. It says please wait, but song played. Any help? When you say you downloaded, you mean you downloaded them via a USB, or are you talking you are playing them from your phone over a com box? Saeed says diesel for a student MPG plus fun with the turbo lag. Very true. Diesel is like drinking shandy, just wrong. Yeah, you could say that. Honestly, though, I am split right down the middle. I've obviously owned diesel cars. I get them. They definitely have a place. They are absolutely fantastic when it comes to long journeys. As you will probably all know, I'd done John O'Groats to Land's End, which was 840 miles on a single tank in my BMW 520D. Also had about 60 to 70 miles of range still left. So 900 miles on a tank of fuel, you cannot complain with that. You're not going to get anywhere close with the petrol equivalent. So yeah, it's pretty much why anybody owns a diesel. But what you do not get with a diesel is the noise that a petrol brings and the throttle response. There's nothing like a naturally aspirated petrol. Sounds so good, and yeah, the throttle response is fantastic. I got a 520D 2012 model with 170k kilometers. Oh, nice one. To be honest, I'm not a massive fan of the F10s. It's got to be said. What do I look for before buying a 530D? I believe I actually have a video regarding the M57, M47, and M57 common problems. I just need to confirm that before I. Oh, no. Yes, I do. I have a video that's titled BMW M47 and BMW M57 engine common problems. I suggest you go ahead and watch that, and that will point you in the right direction. Obviously, the 530D has the M57 engine. I suggest buying a diesel E46 and converting it to petrol. Yeah, I'm sure that'd make for great viewing. Would love to see a diesel converted to run on used cooking oil. To be honest, pretty much all older diesels can run on used cooking oil, especially ones like without catalytic converters or whatever. I love the videos around the 1 Series E8X generation N47 videos, maybe a few videos around E90X, e.g. 330D, N57, M57, comparing the two, tuning, etc. at dark side. Yeah, I'd definitely be up for that. I'd definitely be up for, a diesel build as such. Maybe affordable modifications videos. That's interesting. I don't, I don't tend to do a lot of modification videos. I don't know if it's because I like to keep things pretty stock, at least visually. I do like to make changes to my cars that make sense, whether or not that is to increase reliability, like an EGR delete, DPF delete, something like that. Or if it's because I see a lot of other YouTubers just making modification videos. I could be wrong. I don't want to put anyone else down, but it just feels like some certain channels just buy a car, do the same modifications, and then buy another car, do the same modifications, and it just gets a bit stale to me. So I'm not really that kind of person. I prefer to buy a car that's broken, fix it, improve it, tackle the common issues, and then hopefully move it on to someone that will enjoy it for many years to come. Yes, interesting. 1 year flipping 40 Ferrari. Yeah, that's a good name actually. I like that. What are your favorite BMW cars? Oh, that's a very good question. Gainted, do you mean cars that I have owned, or just favorite BMW cars in general? Because it's a very good question. Car flips, amazing, great concept. I also think we should do a collab at some stage too. I have a few random ideas. All talk. Feel free to get in touch with me, like on Instagram or email. I'm all ears. Just in general. In general. Okay, so I've got to say it's got to be at the top of my list. Has got to be a BMW E60 M5. Like it's got to be my all-time dream car. Some of you may be thinking, well, that's not really that special, but to me, I would absolutely love to own an E60 M5, and I do plan on at some point. When that happens, I don't know. Obviously, they are a lot of money, and we'll just have to see how things go. The channel could, like I said, go to the next level, and it may be possible to buy one sooner rather than later. We'll have to see. But some more favorite BMWs. I've got to say my 130i. I mean, I could just say straight up say an M1, a BMW. Sorry, not an M1, a BMW 1M. But I think BMW got it wrong with the engine. I don't think they should have put the N54 in the 1M. I think they should have put the S65 in. That, you know, if the 1M had a V8 in, that would be, I think that would be one of the greatest BMW cars ever made. I know there is a lot of people that do well, a lot. So there's not even that many cars, not even that many 1Ms around, but it is a popular option that people choose to put the S65 in the 1M. So yeah, it would be the 1M if it came with the S65 V8. Some other ones, like I said, the E31. I love them. You know, they have a timeless design. I've got to say, I've actually been really enjoying. Driving my E66 760 Li, and to be honest, like when I bought it, it really wasn't my cup of tea. I only actually bought it because it was the cheapest V12 car in the world. Like, period. That you could not find it. You could not buy a cheaper V12 car in the world when that was for sale. So yeah, I thought, I cannot turn this down. I have to own a V12 because we just don't know what the future holds. We don't know if it's going to be a possibility to do in the future. So that's why I bought it. But actually, I've fallen in love with it. It's honestly the most comfortable car I've ever owned. It's so nice to drive, and it actually doesn't handle that bad for how big the car is. It is a big barge, but it actually doesn't handle that bad. And also, you may think it absolutely drinks fuel, which it does. But, if you're taking it for a long journey, you probably get 30 mpg on the motorway, which is nowhere near what you'd get in a diesel. You probably get 50 mpg or whatever, but for a V12 6-litre petrol, 30 mpg on the motorway, you cannot complain with that, can you? So yeah, I think that's a good few of my favorite BMWs right there. M5 E60 is awesome. Fuel economy is one of the worst I've heard there. Yeah, definitely. I think you usually get around 200 miles to the tank, and you're probably going to be averaging 10 to 15 mpg. You'll get worse mpg than what I get in the 760 Li, which is a smaller engine, but obviously it's a tuned engine, so it is to be expected. But again, you're not really going to buy, you don't really buy a, an E60 M5 for fuel economy, do you? Tabor, hey George, what have I missed? You've missed a lot, Tabor. You are late to the party. I have mentioned quite a few things, so you're probably better off just watching it back from the start. Where we are. Favorite color for a BMW. It's interesting because I think different cars wear different colors differently. If I was to say for an E60, for example, I would say there's two colors for me. I'd say space gray, and I'd say Interlagos blue. I'd say they are the two colors that I'd go for when it comes to an E60. But then when it comes to like an E90, I would go, you've got space gray, I would go even alpine white. What else? Mine's gone dead. Yeah, that's just a few anyway. A few favorite colors. Grey, space grey, I think looks nice on pretty much any BMW. I'm not gonna lie. Jazz Luca Ala. Sorry, Jazz, I can't pronounce your surname. He says, "Hey, Jazz, how you doing? Hope you well." Florentin says, "Hi there. Can you do a detailed video for Solenoids Mechatronics replacement on N52?" Yes, I could do, but I have already made a video on servicing the ZF transmission. I did it on my 7 Series. Just type in BMW ZF transmission service, and yeah, I've basically done all of the steps but replace the solenoids. So from there, they literally just pull out. So it's, pretty much 99% of the job I've done in that video. I've had both E39 and E60 M5s, and the E39 is my favorite, but goddamn, the V10 sounds amazing, especially with the right exhaust on there. Yeah, I completely agree. You're just not going to get a better sounding BMW, in my opinion. If I did have one, I would like to have some kind of valved exhaust. It would be nice to, hear it straight piped from time to time. But I don't think it's something that you could live with. It'd just be so annoying when you just want to drive normally, and you just have a straight piped, F1 engine sound just with you all the time. My one car is BMW E30 M3. Oh, wait, you own one, or is that your favorite car? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't beat an E30 M3, can you? They're like silly money now, though. Like 100 grand, are they? Something like that. Next would be an E46 M3 CSL. Yeah, decent. Jazz is fine, he says. Cool. Right. Okie doke. We have been going for about, well, I could see how long we were going for. 47 minutes. Probably going to wrap this up at an hour or so. So we'll probably go for another 10 to 15 minutes. If you have not already done so, I would be greatly appreciated if you just hit the like button. So hit that thumbs up button. It doesn't cost a penny, and it really does help me out. But for those of you that have not been in the live stream the entire time, just kind of briefly go over the news regarding me, not the news that, yeah. Okay, so I got engaged. That's no surprise. Made a video on it, but I'm buying a house, and I'm excited to get cracking. I'm thinking that I should be moved sometime in the next month, and it's going to open up a lot more opportunities for me. I think I'm going to have a lot more space. It's just going to be a lot better. I'm going to have my own garage, and yeah, things should be a lot better. I won't have to worry about working outside in the rain. Won't be held back by the weather, and yeah, hopefully we should be able to take things to the next level once we do move to that new house. 123D, would you review? Not seen many vids around it. Yeah, it's interesting. They are decent, but for me, I'm not sure if I see their place. I'm going to be completely honest. I mean, they are obviously quick for what they are. I think they do tune quite well as well to around 250, 260 brake horsepower, which at that point you're talking around the 130i figures. They're like 265 brake horsepower. But I feel like if you want, a 1 Series, if you want a small hatchback for power, then just get something like the 130i. It's probably going to be a lot more reliable. It's going to sound much better. And you're not going to have a lot of the associated N47 headaches. But if you just want economy, then I think you'd get like a 118D or a 120D. So yeah, I don't really understand the 123D too much. Congratulations, George. You deserve it, mate. Much appreciated, Jazz. Thank you. Florentin says, are you planning to do some retrofits to EX series? Most interested on soft closed door, MBT, Evo, and so on. Are you still in touch with friends? BMW Doctor, congrats on engaging. Too bad you did not visit USA. Florentin, I've been to the USA probably 10 times now. I can't go back there now. We planned on going. We planned on going there like a few years ago. Got to the airport, was told I couldn't board. No idea why. Checked my ESTA, that had changed from accepted to denied. Again, no idea why. Had to apply for a visa. That got denied. Again, no idea why. They don't tell you anything. And I had to send loads of supporting documents, and it still has not been accepted. It's still in administrative processing or whatever it is, and that's 3 years. That was 3 years ago. So, yeah, I've no idea if I'm ever going to be able to go back to the USA, and they don't tell you a thing. So, yeah, I would love to go back to the USA. Believe me, there's still so many places I want to see, and hopefully I will be able to go back. But yeah, there's that. You asked if I'm planning on doing more retrofits, and the answer is yes. I don't know. I don't really know if I'm going to be doing soft closed door or anything like that. But especially on my E87, the 130i, I'm planning on doing a whole load of retrofits on that. Obviously, it's a non-iDrive 130i, so I plan on doing a full iDrive. Probably won't do NBT though, because there is a lot of features that wouldn't work with the car, because obviously NBT wasn't around when the E87 came out. But I will more than likely do the CIC retrofit, which should absolutely transform the car. Which, to do that, I would need to do a whole dashboard swap for the LCI dashboard. So I'd have to do like loads of other things as well. Obviously, center console, that would all have to change. And like I said, I think that would completely transform the car. Do the ComBox retrofit, so it could do Bluetooth audio, and it'd make it pretty special, and I think one of a kind as well. Singer says, congrats, George. Thank you very much. Hi, says Finley. Hello, how are you doing? Do you think there will be an increase in the used car market with petrol and diesel cars once the ban kicks in? So you say the ban, but I'm guessing but there is a lot of misinterpretation with this ban coming in 2030. So in 2030, it's not like that, there's going to be a complete stop of petrol and diesel cars. From 2030, at least in the UK, which is what is planned at the moment, they're stopping the sale of new petrol and diesel cars. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't drive a used car. So technically, you could buy a petrol car in 2029 and still drive it fine. But yeah, like I said, I'm guessing you already knew that, but I just thought I'd clear it up for those who didn't. But do I see an increase? And the answer is yes, I do actually. I think pretty much all combustion engine cars will go up in value quite a lot, especially the more rarer ones. And I think it's going to be a case of, enthusiasts are going to want to hold on to their pride and joys, and they're not going to want to sell them. And it's going to be a case of, because more than likely what they'll do is they'll just put fuel prices up through the roof, and it'll be like £5 a litre or something. And so it'll just be a case of people that have their rare cars, let's say an M3, an M5, they'll just sort of take it out one day a year and enjoy it. But yeah, I do think pretty much all combustion engine cars will go up in value. Finley Moore, I have kind of announced it a few times what the big announcement is. So yeah, you will have to go back in the live stream to get onto that. Tom, do you still bodybuild and weight train? I still do go to the gym, yes. He's engaged in getting a new house. Yeah, well summarized, Saeed. I have done F56 MBT too. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that came with MBT from factory, right? I'm guessing if it's after like 2014, I think MBT came out 2014, was it? Or 2015? Last one. Did you hear about anyone that fit an ESS supercharger on a N52 engine? To be honest, I don't really understand why you would want to, turn a naturally aspirated N52 into, something that's forced induction. If you want more power, just buy the N54. Simple as that. N54 is pretty much the same engine as the N52 with 2 turbos slapped on. I don't get why you'd compromise the reliability of a naturally aspirated engine by bolting a supercharger to it. I've done MBT on my F56 Mini for Apple CarPlay, works a treat. Interesting stuff. Hi George, what basic buying advice would you give when looking for a 130i? Full service history, immersed. Did yours have full service history? Any big jobs done? Cheers, market's crazy now. Yours is worth double. Yeah, they have gone up in value, but I thought they'd go up in value anyway. Like I said, it's a rare car. It's only going to go in one direction. It depends, it really depends how competent you are. If you're going to be working on your own car, are you going to be doing jobs yourself? More than likely, when you buy one of these cars, it's probably not going to have had the big jobs done. Mine needed, obviously, on mine, I've done the Van Ass solenoids, I've done the disc valves, I've done the oil filter housing gaskets, I've done all the crankcase ventilation system, I've done the intake manifold gaskets, I've done the start. I don't even know why I'm counting anymore because I can't count on one hand. I've done the starter motor, I've done the rocker cover gaskets twice because I had to do the eccentric shaft sensor. What else? I have done there's definitely more. So I'm going to still try and think. I've done the spark plugs. I've done the ignition coils. I've done the expansion tank. I've done loads of coolant hoses. And like I said, there's probably still more, but more than likely, when you buy one of these cars, it won't have had all that done. So yeah, it's just something to bear in mind, especially if it's below 100k. You can pretty much guarantee it has had none of that done. So you are taking a chance. But yeah, I would ideally you want to buy something with full service history. Honestly, I can't remember if mine did have full service history. I think it did, but full service history really doesn't mean anything because I'm pretty sure mine did have some pretty large gaps, in terms of oil changes, and there was a bit of sludge build up. I've done a few oil, I've done multiple oil changes and engine flushes, and that seems to have alleviated that problem. But yeah, people say full service history, and it's like there was 20,000 miles between an oil change, and I do an oil change on that car now every like 3,000 miles or something. So yeah, it's it's hard to say what to look for. I would say try and get one. If you are competent, I'd say try and get one as cheap as possible, and then just do all those jobs yourself. Thumbs up, yes, guys. Thumbs up if you have not already done so. I'm actually probably going to wrap this live stream up. We have been going for an hour, so feel free to get any last comments in. I want to say a massive thanks to All Talk. I want to say a massive thanks to All Talk as well. I completely butchered that, didn't I? He did send the only super chat of today. If any of you guys want to support the channel in any way possible, then feel free to send a super chat. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this donut, and feel free to fire away any more questions that you may have. You can't eat a donut without licking your lips, can you? Simon, looking forward to the Mini. I am too. It's been a long time coming. It's been sat in the drive, in the air for 2 months now or so. I need to get cracking with it. Bystander, you know you don't look at the camera. Is this better? I know. I have a dual monitor set up, and the camera's on this monitor here, and I have you guys on this monitor, so what's your view on hybrid turbos? Don't really have a view on them, if I'm being honest. BMW for college student. I don't know, something simple. BMW 1 Series, BMW 3 Series, something like that. Beer time sounds about right. Enjoy the donut. Yes, I did. Thank you. It's very nice. Hi, George. Does the E90 320D DPF delete affect the MOT? In theory, it should. But if you remove it in a way that it doesn't look like it's been removed, essentially, you're generally going to be okay. I don't look at the camera to avoid frightening viewers. Yes, that's exactly my point. But guys, I'm going to say it one more time. If you have not already done so, hit the thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate it. Like I said, it's the last time I'm saying it. Your last chance to do it. So don't be shy. But yeah, I think we will be wrapping this stream up. It's been a pleasure as always. Yeah, I think it's been a good couple of months since we've done one of these last, and it's good to just catch up with you guys, see how you're doing, answer any questions that you have, because I'm going to be honest, I don't have a lot of time to answer many questions that I do have. I get so many on a daily basis, Instagram messages, Facebook messages, emails, the likes, that yeah, I don't have a whole lot of time to answer them. So right here in the live chat is probably the best time to get on to any questions that you have. Hit the thumbs up. Yes, exactly. As Jazz says, hit the thumbs up. I have a 118D as a college student. Yeah, perfect car for a student. Where can I get parts for BMW starter? For a starter motor, you mean? Or you mean you're just starting off with a BMW? Cheers, Simon. Will the EGR delete affect the MOT? Like I said, it should, technically, but usually doesn't. Most EGRs nowadays are hidden by an engine cover, and an MOT tester cannot remove an engine cover. Would you put a hybrid turbo on an M47? Maybe, if you want to, if you want to increase power, but if you want more power, just buy a bigger engine. When I say more power, I mean more power than you'd get from like a simple remat. If you start pushing too much power out of those engines, you're gonna put wear on your transmission, wear on your clutch, things like that. Like when you're going way more power, like what you'd get from a regular stage 1 tune or a remat. Yeah, you just put in excess wear on your drivetrain. But yeah, like I say, guys, I am going to wrap this up. Like I said, it's been a pleasure, as always, to catch up with you guys. You've been legends. Hope you're all well. Hope you're excited for the new adventure that we're going on. I'm looking forward to things. Like I said, we get cracking with the Mini probably Monday, actually. So stay tuned for the videos on that. There'll be some more videos to come on this 760 Li. And we will begin a new series sometime in the near future. So a lot to look forward to. I'm extremely busy at the moment, but of course, constant videos still on the way. Legends, guys, thank you very much. I am signing out. From me, peace out.